morning students. I am going to continue the same chapter, chapter 3. My topic is properties of substances. So there are three properties of a substances are. First one is efflorescence. First property is efflorescence. Okay, second property is your deliquescence. And the third one is hygroscopy. I think these are the new terms for you. So your first one is efflorescence. A process, all of you listen very carefully, a process where a compound loses its water of crystallization, okay, losing the property of its water of crystallization on exposure to dry air. Dry air means when you keep these type of substances on the dry air, then these type of compounds are losing its water of crystallization property. That type of substances are called efflorescence. Okay, the phenomena, okay, the process where a compound loses its water of crystallization on exposure. Exposure means when you are keeping this type of substance in open air, okay, on the dry air. Okay, so the phenomena in which the compound loses its water of crystallization, okay, on exposure to dry air. So that type of substance is called efflorescent substance, and that property is called efflorescence. I hope you understood. The phenomena where a compound loses its water of crystallization on exposure to dry air is called efflorescence. Okay, and after losing this water of crystallization, their crystal form is changing into powdered form. Okay, this result in loss of crystalline shape, and finally they crumbling of the crystal and they change into the powdered form. So these type of substances are called efflorescent substances. Okay, and this property is called efflorescence. Okay, listen again. The phenomena in where a compound loses its water of crystallization on exposure to dry air, that is called efflorescence. In this, they are losing their crystalline shape and the crumbling of the crystal. Okay, crumbling means breaking down. Okay, crumbling means breaking. Okay, breaking the crystals into powdered form. So this process is called efflorescence, and the substance which show this type of the property, they are called efflorescent substance. So many examples are there. Okay, one more thing, efflorescent occur when vapor pressure in the hydrated crystal. Okay, suppose you are having hydrated crystal, when you keep this crystal in dry air, so when the vapor pressure of this hydrated crystal is more than the vapor pressure of atmosphere, okay, so efflorescence occurs when vapor pressure in the hydrated crystal exceed means it go beyond, okay, the atmospheric vapor pressure. So in that case efflorescence occurs. So that is why it is very minimized during the rainy season, because all of you know that in the rainy season in the atmosphere water vapor, the amount of water vapor vapor is more, so that is why the rate of efflorescent is reduced, it is minimized in the rainy season. So this is about efflorescence. Now some examples are there. Okay, first one is your washing soda. Okay, washing soda, hydrous substance, it is also called sodium carbonate decahydrate. Okay, because in this 10 molecules of water is added. Okay, in this 10 molecules of water contains, that is why it is called sodium carbonate decahydrate. So when you keep it on dry air, it loses its water of crystallization. So what you will get? Sodium carbonate monohydrate, because only 1 molecules of water is left and 9 molecules of water removed. Okay, so that is why it is called monohydrate. So it is losing its water of crystallization. So that is why it is the example of efflorescence. Okay, one more example you can see, sodium sulfate. Okay, sodium sulfate decahydrate. Sodium sulfate decahydrate. When you keep this in dry air, it is also losing its water of crystallization. Whole water is removed from this and 10 molecules of water is separated. So these are the examples of efflorescence. Okay, these are the examples of efflorescence. If the temperature will be high, then the rate of efflorescence will be high. Okay, now the second property is your deliquescence. Okay, second property is your deliquescence. So what do you mean by deliquescence? Certain water soluble substances, certain water soluble substances. Okay, listen very carefully. Certain water soluble substances, the substance which is easily soluble in the water, which is easily dissolved in the water. So certain water soluble substances, when exposed to atmosphere, at ordinary temperature, okay, at ordinary temperature, they absorb moisture from this atmosphere. Okay, they absorb moisture, okay, water vapor which is present in the atmosphere, that water vapor these type of substances absorbs, okay, and they become moist, and at last they change into a liquid form, means saturated solution. They change into saturated solution. Okay, first they were in the solid form, afterwards they become moist, and at last they change into a saturated solution. Okay, so the definition is certain water soluble substances, when exposed to the atmosphere at ordinary temperature, they absorb moisture from this atmosphere, okay, become moist, lose their crystalline form, okay, and ultimately they dissolve in the absorbed water, forming a saturated solution. So this whole process is called deliquescence. Okay, this process is called deliquescence, and the substances which show this property, they are called deliquescent substances. Okay, and this property is called deliquescency. Okay, listen again. Certain water soluble substances, when they exposed to the atmosphere, they absorb the water vapor from the atmosphere, they become moist. Okay, okay, and ultimately they lose their crystalline form and they dissolve in that liquid, okay, in that absorb water, and they change into saturated solution. So this process is called deliquescence, and the substance which shows this property, they are called deliquescent substances. Okay, now so many examples are there. Sodium hydroxide, okay, potassium hydroxide, magnesium chloride. One very good example is your common salt. In the rainy season, I think all have seen, when you keep this salt open at ordinary temperature in your room in the rainy season, I am talking about rainy season. If you keep the box of this salt open, okay, in the atmosphere, you will see after some time it become moist and afterwards it changes into a liquid form. So table salt, or you can see common salt, is also a very good example of this deliquescence. So this is all about deliquescency. Okay, now the last one is your hygroscopy. Okay, now what is the meaning of this hygroscopy? Now listen, hygroscopy. Certain substances absorb moisture. Certain substances, they also absorb moisture from the atmosphere. Okay, when they are exposed to it, but they are not changing into solution. Okay, they absorb moisture from the atmosphere, but they don't change into liquid form. Okay, they are not changing into solution. So that type of substances are called hygroscopic substances, and this phenomena is known as hygroscopy. So certain substances absorb moisture, okay, from the atmosphere when they are exposed to it, but not enough to form solution. So that type of substances are called hygroscopic substances, and this phenomena is called hygroscopy. Okay, some example: concentrated H2SO4, okay, phosphorus pentaoxide, quicklime, okay, calcium oxide, silica gel. Okay, so many examples of this hygroscopy. Hygroscopic substances have a tendency to take up moisture from the air. However, they can be solid state or liquid state. Okay, these substances can be in the liquid state also or in the solid state also. They are having a tendency to take up the moisture from the atmosphere. Okay, so these were about the efflorescence, deliquescence and hygroscopy. I hope you understood. Thank you so much.